Times are changing, and what landlords need to know about rent and eviction moratoriums regarding the coronavirus. Hi, I'm Steve Rozenberg, and I'm the Vice President of Investor Education at Mind Property Management. Some of the things you need to understand is, first of all, this is a very fast, ever-changing situation. This is affecting people worldwide, not only with local jobs, but international jobs that may trickle down, and the rippling effect will be astronomical if this continues at the rate that it's going. You want to make sure that, number one, you are checking with your state and local government to see what is going on in your specific area. Just because the government says they are doing something does not mean that locally it will be the same. What you got to understand is that this is something that will affect not only jobs, it's going to affect the stock market, and it's going to affect people's ability to pay their rent. And because of that, you've got to make sure that, number one, you have some policies and procedures in place for a situation like this, should it ever happen again. There will be people that are affected from this financially, and it could be catastrophic if you do not have the right cash reserve set up. I recommend that you start making sure that you have the ability to shore up some cash, and you are looking at ways to get your credit so that if you're able to get credit lines, this is the time to start doing that. I know for a fact that there are more people that have created wealth during these economic times in the past than ever before. You want to make sure that you're educated and you know what you're doing, because when the opportunity arises, you want to be able to take action and get money to be able to whether purchase a property, whether it's sell a property, whether it's change your strategy. Just because you were a flipper or a wholesaler, it may now be time in your area to become a buy and hold person. Understand that the moratoriums that are going on right now are something that is ever changing. The government is trying to stop all evictions as well as all foreclosures so that it is basically fair on both sides, because it is unprecedented what is happening and nobody knows what the end result is going to be. The only thing you control is your own financial situation and your own financial position. That is why it is imperative to make sure you start writing out the strategy. Now, one thing I will tell you, the last thing you want to do is work off of fear and emotion. Nothing good will ever come from you making a knee-jerk reaction out of fear because of things that you're listening to outside of your control or maybe on the news. You can only control what you know, and you can only control the situation that is right in front of you, which is however many properties that you have, how you can make sure that you can keep the cash flow coming in, or you can exit the property, or whatever the situation is that you have. That is all that you know, and you've got to make sure that you create multiple exit strategies right now so that if you do have to get out of a deal, you can. Now, getting out of a deal could mean that you're going to buy and hold it. It could mean that you're going to flip it. It could mean that you're not going to even buy the deal or not close on a deal. And again, it just depends on the situation that's going on. If you are owning a property in a town that you think will be affected because of the coronavirus and there will be a lot of layoffs, that may not be a deal that you want to do because of the fact that now you may be in a situation that you are talking to people that will not be able to pay their rent. So again, it's just something you want to think about, and you want to be able to think logically, not emotionally. What you thought was real a week ago is totally different than what it is today, and it's going to keep changing. You've got to make sure that you create a solid baseline to ensure that when you are looking at a deal, you have the reserves in there. You could be sitting on a 3 to 4 month period of someone not being able to pay their rent and you not being able to evict them. That is why it is very important. You may want to start talking with family members. I would suggest you start talking with credit card companies. I would suggest you start talking with friends, anyone that you can that could possibly loan you money should you need it. Just because you have the ability to get the money doesn't mean you need the money. It just means that you have the ability to get it, and that's what's important right now, is being in a situation that should everything go bad, you are able to protect yourself. I'm Steve Rozenberg. Hopefully this helps. Please like and subscribe and leave me some comments. I'd like to hear what you have to say, and please make sure that you're working out of logic and strategy and not operating out of fear and emotion. Thank you very much.